The other thing that your example reminded me of is that we as marketers, as content creators, as experts, we don't need to overcomplicate the campaigns and the ideas. We need to look just for something that's relevant, that's relatable in our daily lives, and try to recreate it and use it to connect with the people that we want to connect with at the end of the day.
100%. Yeah. Relatability so important, and it just doesn't have to be anything crazy. As you touched on there, the most simple situations that we can find relevant are going to be effective, because we all, as individuals, we may not suffer from hearing loss, so we may not be in that position, but we can still relate to it in knowing
Yeah,
what it would be like to not be able to hear. Yeah, we can understand how that would make us feel if we couldn't hear. So yeah,
of
very,
course.
very simple, very relatable. It's going to be captivating for the audience.
Nice reminder to just look for real life examples that we can use. Did you something else that I want to transition to now? We brought up storytelling. You mentioned how you create those stories and how you drive through those emotions. But tell me, what is one specific story, either a fictional story that you love or a story from your life that has happened that keeps you pushing forward, that when you're feeling down and you need some inspiration, you go to that story and you charge yourself up?
Very, very good question, Nico. Very good question. A story that I go to.
Again, it could be fictional,
Mm.
might be a movie, might be something from a song, for example.
A mix of fictional and non-fictional for you. So around about October, November of last year, maybe a little bit earlier, I was feeling quite fatigued, quite tired.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I've just got to go lie down for a little bit, because I know, generally speaking, if I lie down for half a day, the next day I'm fine again and I'm good to go for the next week, 2 weeks. So I went and laid down, put on the TV and scrolled through to find a movie to watch. And I found a movie. It was called About Time. And the movie, what the basic plot is that the main character, the man in the story, he turns 18 or 21, one or the other, and at that age in his family, all of the men or the males find this ability to time travel. And so the father sits down with him and says, "This is the skill that you've got," and he starts using it. And to cut a long story short, he eventually finds a woman that he wants to be with for the rest of his life, and he uses this ability to make sure every interaction is perfect, and it goes forward like that. I thought it was a very good movie. But the reason I bring this up is because as I'm lying there and I'm very tired, I'm watching this, and in the weeks and the months, possibly the years leading up to that, I had always been thinking to myself, "Go, what is my why for what I do in my life?
Yeah.
You know, what is the reason?" And people had spoken about it around, saying this is my why and what forth. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to rush into this. You know, I don't want to rush into finding out what that is, because if I rush into it, it's probably not going to be the correct why. So I let it sit there for a little bit. And as I'm watching this movie, it just came to me, and I thought to myself, you know, my why is to create happiness for all the people around me. Doesn't matter what the situation is. One example for how that relates to the real world, one of the clients that we work with is a major sporting organization. I know that by filming all of their athletes, I'm able to give them happiness, because I let them show off the amazing hard work that they're putting in to be the best that they can be. And as an individual that played sport, I can relate to the position that they're in. So I know that brings them happiness. But equally, if I have a client and we're able to give them big success on a campaign through one of our films, that brings them incredible happiness.